Hey everybody, hope everybody's had a good weekend. Digging out of the snow, the snow apocalypse, but it's melting fast now. Our roof's almost melted off. But this video today, says he paying over on this. We're doing this for Garrett, Folsom Blues 28. And he got me and Donnie involved in it, and he was just trying to get clarification on it, which I knee-jerked it, and I told him I think it's Folsom. What was I wrong? No, it's Clovis all the way. So me and Donnie cracked the books out, went through. Donnie said, I think it's Barnes Clovis, which is a late stage Clovis. Before that, that particular type phased out and went into Dalton. So, and other points, by the way. So we're gonna, let's give you another shot here. This is the other face of it. If I can get this paper to come apart. Now, see the flute channel on that side of the point is not real distinct. And it does have basal rounded thinning in here. They can tell they've hit it 3 or 4 times. I think they tried the flute, just couldn't get it flued up as deep as this side went. But, they used it. You can tell by looking at it, they've resharpened it several times. But, and that Garrett found this, and I'm not going to give his last name. I don't want anybody trolling him around on his spots where he hunts. It is an Arkansas River, alluvial riverbed point. And they're there. But most of the hunters been hunting for years like myself. I've been hunting 52 plus years. Bonnie's been hunting 50 plus years. You might find 1 or 2 in the whole lifetime. So it's pretty rare to find that point. Okay, so here we go. This is, let me make sure I got it right. That's Robert E. Bell's work here. Now there's Clovis's. I don't have my pointer. I don't know what I did with it, but at any rate, I'll point my finger at it. Don't worry about it. See this point probably runs about deep as any of them. That's short. That's fairly short. Of course, this has been sharpened down. That's fairly short. And this looks a lot like it. That's pretty shallow flute channel, and it doesn't go very far up point. I think if it had been better material, it probably would have traveled farther. And most of the Paleo people did choose the best raw lithics available, and they worked it raw. They did not heat treat it, and they were talented flint knappers. I mean, just unbelievable what these guys were able to achieve. So let's go over here now. Now here's Dalton. This is just for comparison. But see, even some of these Daltons were fluted somewhat deep. Most of them had this kind of thinning in the base. They didn't need a real deep flute channel in these. And this could have, actually this deeper one, the longer one on the fluting right here, could have actually been another group picking up a Clovis and resharpening it. Very well could be. So okay, so let's get out of this Dalton and go to Folsom. Now look at how deep and wide and how thin that point was. They were extremely thin. And in my way of thinking, and I've talked to some of the archaeologists about this, these are spent points. That's why you find them sharpened down, the length is gone on them. I mean, occasionally they'll find one like this that's, a really good example. But look how narrow the blade edge is compared to the actual flute channel. And once you sharpen that thing down into that flute channel, you are done. You're going to have to build another point because it's not going to cut anymore. And it's going to break that quick. So, at any rate. So now, let's get out of this stuff. And let me get my paperwork put away here a little bit. But yeah, give Garrett a look on his channel. You'll enjoy that last series. He did a 6-part series just on tools. So it's really interesting. So now we're going to look at Sissy's point she found. Well, it's not a point, it's a tool. So we just redid some pieces, and well, that don't hurt none. And we put together some Paleo and late archaic points, but this is the Paleo uniface knife she found. It's not bifacial. But see where they resharpened it? On the edges on that side only. And here's your median ridge that gives a lot of strength. But look at these 2 notches right here. Can y'all pick that out if I got the light right? We think that was sharpening bone pins for their hair and sewing needles and all that stuff. And that would make sense. Sissy, you want to tell them how you found that point and why you did? Remember, you got mad that day and sat on your butt because I'd left you, and you got mad and just sat there digging around, and you seen this little spot in the sand about big as a dime, and you saw, was it this side? Was it right in here? Right there. She don't want to talk about it, but if she hadn't got mad and sat down, she'd never found that point. She'd walk right by it and never knew it was there. And we'd looked through there 1,000 times, and it was never washed out apparently. I found this one. This is a little hazel clovis. Sissy, can you see that? Or does that show up? Found that in South Canadian. That's a little hazel clovis. Shortened all the way down. I mean, I used that sucker up. But it's a neat little point. I thought it was Dalton when I first found it. Got home, I told Sissy, I go, that's clovis. Here's one. I know the boy that's got the base to this point. It matches it. I got to try to get hold of him. He moved to Fort Gibson. But see the beveling? I think this is an Allen, and it's got extremely well done flaking across that face. But anyhow, I'm not going to dwell too much. I'm going to get this one repaired. We'll send it to Gomer, lithic restoration in Florida, and this is the last point John Richardson ever found on the river. It's a hell gap. I'm going to get it restored. It's worth restoring. And it's in honor of John, you know. So here I've got, just so you guys can see what one of our COAs look like. And yeah, I know the glass is busted. And this is Sissy's brother, my brother-in-law, found this. And he found it down there fishing one day. He wasn't even looking for it. And it's a Gary, and it's Barren Fork Church, which is a pretty typical church you'll find in Oklahoma, which is way up northeast Oklahoma, by the way, way up there. I mean, they travel a long way to get that from here. So from here, they went all the way up there and got that material. And here is, let me turn them up that well. Let me get a shot of that way they can see my labels. I got this Dalton Ads from Missouri, from Justin, on Points and Poles channel. You get a chance, hook up on his channel, guys. You'll really enjoy a lot of his hunts. He's been finding some smokers here lately. And me and Sissy just acquired this piece. It's first stage celt, and the bit's polished, but they never ground the rest of it. They chipped on it and got it ready. And for whatever reason, they never finished it. Maybe they lost it. I don't know. We bought that point for $25. That's a bargain right there. So, all right. Well, anyhow, like I said, give Garrett a look on his channel. And Aaron's going to try to do some hunts. He's got to let the river melt off before he can get out there. And that's on me and my Shadow channel. So you guys go to bat for our Oklahoma guys. And thanks for watching. And share it with somebody if you think this will benefit them.